Okay, this is a shocking story, and it's a true story, and it's about the royals. Um, Actually, my dad is King John, and he's Saint John of Saint John's Ambulance Services, and he heads the hospitals. Okay, now we are part of the wider royal family. Okay, the extended royal family, and I know Kate Middleton, Prince William, Prince Harry, and Meghan. I've known them for years, and they're very, very nice people, very decent. They support the middle and working classes a hell of a lot, whereas most of the upper classes they don't, and they're trying to kill the middle and working classes. Okay, so about what's going on with me, I've been sectioned so that the doctors, the upper classes, can attack the middle and working classes and the royals. So the middle and working classes are under a dire attack right now, and the upper classes are trying to kill me because I'm part of the royal family. Um, so my dad is King John, St John's Ambulance Services. All right, so I've been sectioned for no reason. I'm not mentally ill. Now they've assigned me a mental health nurse, and he's called Mono, a dark Indian. That's the group that are killing the royals. They killed my dad, King John. He was murdered about a year ago. And they also killed my other dad, my main dad, Wim, who's a Dutch guy. He adopted me. They murdered him too. They murdered my mom's boyfriend, my mom's husband, my stepdad. He was killed. They murdered his best friend, Trigger, from Only Fools and Horses. He's been a family friend of ours for years. He was murdered with aggressive cancer. They're spiking people with poisons. And all these murders, they're actually attacking the royal family. All right, and that it's actually the upper classes that are attacking the royal family because the royals represent the middle and working classes. That includes all the nurses and ambulance staff as well. So the upper classes are generally represented by lawyers and doctors. That's the upper class, psychiatry doctors especially. Now they've moved me onto this ward here, and immediately I'm given a guy who's represented sent down from the upper classes. He's not working for the working middle classes at all. He's aiming to kill them. Actually, this doctor, this mental health worker, Mono, a dark Indian, he's been he's working here. His goal, his premeditation is to kill the royal family. Okay, I've got evidence of this. He's been saying stuff to me. So he's been assigned as my main nurse because he wants to threaten me in sessions, if you know what I mean. And then I've had to avoid these sessions because I know he's going to drop a lot of threats down to me. And I just want to avoid it. So I've said I refuse to speak with him. All right, and now I'm going to get in trouble for that. And he's giving me medication which I can't trust. So the stuff he's saying is that he's using code, hand signals, all that type of stuff, and he's been quite busy. I've only been here 4 days. In that time, he's done stuff like he's made signals that he's going to attack me, and that he hates me, and that we know that they kill people. They're a serial killer group, and they're in the hospital. They're the Dark Indians, the Dalits. Right, so they're sent down by the upper classes, and they're trying to kill the middle and working classes, and that includes the royals that represent the middle and working classes. They're the main voice is actually the royal family, and now I can't be around this guy Mono because he's making me mentally ill. It's so disturbing for me. They've already killed 5 people in the last few years using poisons. So this is how the royal family are getting treated in our hospitals, and that I'm part of the royal family and getting grievously attacked actually by them outside in my flat. They're also attacking me there. They're threatening to firebomb my flat several times. Every time I go out, I get accosted by Category A prisoners that are stalking me. They've got a camera in my flat staring at me. They know when I'm coming in and out, and then they're attacking me. So they're doing the same here. They've got possibly got a camera in my room at the hospital, and then Mono is standing right outside my room waiting for me. He knows I'm coming out, and then there he is with some hand signals that refer to killing me. Okay, you can say I'm mentally ill. I'm not mentally ill. He is making me mentally ill. All right, I can't stand these threats. I'm utterly tired of it. I'm planning to leave the UK, where I'll probably get killed by Africans. However, I cannot stand it here. So now the upper classes have put in several Category A prisoners on this ward. They've just left prison, and now they're on the psychiatric ward with me, and they placed me on this ward to be with them. Those Category A prisoners are working for the upper classes that are trying to kill the middle and working classes. That includes the nurses and ambulance staff. All right, so and the Category A prisoners are making threats to me. They're here to stop me reporting. They're threatening to petrol bomb me, knife me, use make weapons and kill me. Actually, on this ward, there's about four of them. All right, one of them's Kirsty, another one's called Sam. He's a punk, and another guy, a big guy, I don't know his name, and the other guy wears a hat all the time. He's 19. He's on the Dover ward. They're all on the Dover ward, and they're here, all of them brought in by the group that did 9/11, ACME Demolition, and they're here to kill me. They don't like the Royals. They hate the Royals because we represent the middle and working classes. Those people that are sent by the upper classes, and they're murderers, serial killers, no less. I know Kate Middleton for many years. She's a lovely woman, and she's very, very warm and friendly. She supports me, and she says after hearing our story about what's happening to the Royals, Kate Middleton says, "Fuck, we've got cancer." Okay, so that's what the cancer scare is all about. It's all about this story. So we now need mental health nurses to lively up, right, and start sectioning it, remove them for a start onto another ward, possibly arrest them, call the police. The police know everything, by the way. They've been fully informed by me, and they know about the group that they're also the suitcase murderers. If you look at my articles, you see how bad they are, right? And then that this Mono, who's on this Barrow mental health ward, Dover ward, he is sent by the upper classes, actually the suitcase murderers. Okay, that includes Jack the Ripper, the death of Maddie, the Ian Huntley gangs are the suitcase murderers, are Mono actually attacking the royal family and the second and middle working classes. So, as explained, my dad is King John, Saint John, and he was murdered about a year ago. And I love John dearly. He's such a good man. Everyone loves John. He's just a great person. And sadly, he passed away. He was poisoned with dementia. They can poison you with dementia and Alzheimer's disease. And they've targeted my mum and all my family, all my aunties, cousins, and everyone in the Royals have all been targeted, right? And they're using poisons that are undetectable to then kill people. So now Mono's giving me medication that I don't need. I don't need folic acid. I don't need omeprazole either. They're giving me folic acid because it darkens your skin. These dark Indians are planning to turn the whole of England black. All right, and that's what they're doing. Folic acid turns your skin dark. Why is he giving me this? I don't need that. Why have I been prescribed that? Who's prescribing me that? You see, they're attacking the royal family, my friends, and they're doing it behind everyone's back. Soon I'll be dead, and you'll never know why. You'll never know that I'm connected to Kate Middleton and all the royals. They're very warm and friendly to me. I mean, they don't dislike me at all. In fact, they like me. All right, and they don't want me to be attacked. They're saying we've all got cancer. Well, they're talking about this, they're being metaphorical. So King John, Saint John, is my dad, and now he's made me the next John, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I've been told when I'm in London that I'm the general hospital manager. Okay, so for my hospital staff, including the mental health staff, I'm a trained medic and I write essays on applied psychology. I also a dietitian and I love biology for over 20 years. People say I'm a doctor. Now, I need the hospital staff that are led by King John and his hospital built by St. John and all his staff there. I now need him to remove anybody threatening the royals. Anyone caught threatening the royals, intimidated, and will be is immediately dismissed. You're not allowed to walk into hospital anymore, and if they do, you must call the police. Okay, they are a serial killer group, suitcase murderers. They're dropping threats to me all the time. I now feel very mentally ill. They're making me mentally ill. Much worse than I was when I came in. I was fine. They've threatened to firebomb my flat. Yeah, that stresses me out. But now Mono's here. He's now my personal nurse. I don't want him. He's been made my personal nurse so he can drop 1,000 threats to me and the royal family. He's started to do that already. And that this Mono Dark Indian is the chicken shops too. Okay, those chicken shops and the corner shops, they are killing the royal family. They killed Princess Diana. I've done loads of stories on this, and we'll be doing more and detailing how they did that. Okay, and it's that Dark Indians group in the hospitals. Again, they killed Diana because she represents the middle and working classes, and that this mental health nurse Mono is sent by the upper classes that are killing us, right? And people don't know about this. Yeah? And now in London, I have mental health nurses who told me themselves that I'm the hospital manager, the official hospital manager. Right? And I'm now asking for hospital workers to remove any of these people that have made threats to the royal families utterly out of order. They're not allowed to do that. And there should be a law against it, and they go to prison for 15 years because it leads to the death of Princess Diana. I mean, and nobody went to prison for that. So now we will put them in prison. We know where they are. I'll point them out on what you call bait. So whenever they come up and show up around me, we'll take them out and put them in prison for killing Princess Diana. Okay, so now Mono and his group, they put me on this ward with about 4 Category A prisoners. One of them is telling me he's an absolute psycho and that he's been in prison for a long time. Right, and another one is another prisoner. He's a huge guy. Again, he's a psycho, and he's been recruited from the prison community and brought onto this ward to attack the royal family. When are the nurses going to put a stop to this? Did you know you can remove them and put them on another ward? I've known Queen Elizabeth II for many years. For instance, she's seen all my artwork, and she really loves my artwork, and she really loves me too. She was like my mum. I spoke to her several times. She was very, very, very supportive. And Prince Charles too is again very supportive, lovely guy, very supportive of the middle and working classes, and um, sadly, tragically, they're going to kill me soon, and I don't have anyone to help me. No one believes me. Okay, this story sounds a little bit beyond belief, but it's not. It's an absolute truth. I also knew Princess Diana. However, we never met, but she heard about me and she said that I was the head doctor. If you notice, just before she died, she said she wanted to marry a doctor. She's actually talking about me. And then Mono and his Dark Indians group, they killed her. That's the story of how Princess Diana was murdered by the upper classes in the hospitals. Some other stuff that the mental health staff can do about this Category A prisoners sent on this ward. They've been picked out from the prison community, actually from prison, to be put straight onto this ward to then surround me and intimidate me. That's their role here, right? So how to deal with them? Well, you either move them to another ward or call the police and tell them that you're going to have to remove them. They'll arrest them on a tip-off, based on a tip-off, and they're not allowed to be around the royals. Okay, that's a fact. They can't be around the royals. They're too dangerous. They are the upper classes. Those prisoners are the upper class group, and they're trying to kill the middle and working classes. So if I was a hospital manager, I would remove them straight away because I really like the royal family. I love them. I think they're a great institution for England because England really needs a voice for the middle and working classes other than just Parliament. And that then we need voices like that because actually the upper classes have only got knives out for the middle and working classes, and the story is really bad. We'll be detailing a lot more of that in the next video. We'll be talking about the Holocaust in the next video, and actually the song by the Beatles, Twist and Shout, is actually about the Holocaust and how the Holocaust was created by the upper classes that are a black magic group, liars, the trickster, homosexual lies. They killed all the Jews, then blamed Hitler and the white people, right? When it was done by the upper classes. Their boyfriend is Central Africa, and then now they're killing the white people after blaming them for the Holocaust. Had nothing to do with white people or Hitler. Hitler was from Holland, Amsterdam. The upper classes specifically hated Amsterdam because there's women there. Upper classes are a no girls allowed group. They then blamed the Holocaust on the white people when it was actually done by gays in the upper classes. And then now they're sending this, and then their boyfriend is Africa and these dark Indian chicken shops. That's why our countries are full of these dark Indian chicken shops, because of the Holocaust. It's been blamed on the white people. And then these chicken shops are planning to eat us like chicken after the Holocaust has been blamed on us. And then the brilliant song by the Beatles, Twist and Shout, describes this con, this black magic trickster that's killing everyone. Just some more. I mean, one of the Category A prisoners group that are sent by the upper classes to kill the middle and working classes and the royals. I'm part of the larger royal family. My mum is a queen, and my dad is St. John. And one of the people, about four of them, placed on this ward specifically to target and terrorise me. They've already started to sound completely bonkers. They're making me mentally ill. One of them is called Kirsty. She's a woman, and then they're working with Stacey Patterson and a number of others. Yeah, she's Kirsty on the Dover ward. She's bonkers basically, and she's working with Stacey Patterson, that are also the killers that killed Charlene Downs. They've murdered several people, and then there she is. She's on this ward now. A woman called Kirsty, and then her mates is a guy with a hat. He's about 19 years old. He's told me he's an absolute psycho. And then his mate, who's a prisoner, I don't know what his name is. And then another guy there, he's got no teeth. That's them. He's also a Category A prisoner sent to attack and kill people in the royal family. So it's important to remove these Category A prisoners because they're actually targeting the nurses too. So they're going to attack everyone, and they're using poisons, they're putting poisons in people's food and drink, and then they die. They have these type of poisons. They're making these poisons in secret labs in the actual hospital, and they targeted several patients here too, female patients. I won't mention their name, but the nurses on the Dover ward will know who these patients are. Kirsty and her Category A prisoner friends have targeted them all, and they're bullying them right now. So, and that includes all the nurses have been targeted too. Mono, the Dark Indian, is targeting his colleagues, the nurses. So something else to note about these upper classes that are the psychiatrists, doctors, and then these Category A prisoners and the chicken shops and the Dark Indians, well, they've been poisoning the royal family for actually a long time. When I was about 9, I was hospitalised because of poison spiked onto me. And then again, I was hospitalised when I was 13. I had to spend 2 months on the cardiac arrest ward because they made me sickly through poisons. And they've been poisoning me for ages. They've given me rheumatoid arthritis, which they can poison people with. And they've done that to me. And then and some other stuff as well, giving me psoriasis as well. None of these diseases are seen in my hereditary family. You should have arthritis and psoriasis in your family from 2 generations ago at least, and there's no arthritis or psoriasis in my biological family. I was spiked actually because I'm part of the royal family, and then they're spiking me with poisons, and I don't like to be anywhere near a hospital. King John is my dad. He's St. John of the St. John's Ambulance Services, and he had a lot to do with Motown. and also the rock world in America. He's a king, you see, so he would have created Kurt Cobain and a load of other stuff in the rock world, Guns N' Roses as well, and then also hit up Motown. And my dad, King John, is a very literate and poetical guy. He was, privately schooled, and basically he wrote the song "I'll Be There" by the Jackson Five, and is referring to this attack to the royals and how we need help from the Queen's people. And the song "I'll Be There" describes that anyone who's there to help is also Operation Recovery above the police, where the British Army and American Army, and we can't be arrested. Anything we do, so you're allowed to apply revenge and antidote this in any way you want. And then this is part of a police operation, and we're also above the police. I'll be there. Okay, part of this suitcase murderers group is this psychiatry, and then these category A prisoners. As I say, Kirsty, a few of the others, as mentioned. They are also killed Amy Winehouse. That's the group that killed Amy Winehouse, and it's basically led by African men and gays and the upper classes. African men. The guy that killed Amy Winehouse is Howie Gwandy. He lives at 51 Arlington Road or Arlington Street in Camden Town, London, and that he's working for his superiors who live round the corner at number 41 Inverness Street, and they're known as the Elites. And then they're trying to kill me, and they're sending all these people. So now I need mental health staff to section these people, especially Howie, and then he's going to be up for court and trial straight after his sectioning and then into prison. So there's this Desai, Dr. Desai psychiatrist at Blackpool Harbour, and his Category A prisoners, the Dark Indians and the African men. Well, they threatened to turn Lee Ryan from Blue, the band Blue. They threatened to turn him into a lampshade, killing him. And they also threatened to chop both my arms off. And then this is all organised by Judd Charlton, Northern Irish. He lives in Hastings now. He used to live in London, and Judd is wanted by the police. He's certainly on the wanted list by police, and he's the head psychiatrist as well, actually head of psychiatry all over England and America. He's the real Jack the Ripper, and he's threatened all these threats. And they've also been threatening Paul Weller and his band, that includes Yolanda and Miles, and then all the musicians. Also, all the Jackson family have been targeted. All the music stars, Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, Kanye West, Eminem, Madness, and all the music stars have been targeted by this Northern Irish group, the Suitcase Murderers. Dr. Desai and his Category A prisoners, and Judd Charlton and Mika Nava, that lives at 18 Southcote Road, NW5, London. They've targeted Seal, the singer Seal, and his music writers, Finn and Oscar. I know them both. They've targeted them. They're great musicians. All the music world's been targeted. And it's 18 Southcote Road. Also, Howie, who killed Amy Winehouse, he lives at 51 Arlington Street in Camden Town. And they're working with Judd Charlton, the real Jack the Ripper. He's somewhere hiding in the centre of Hastings. They've also targeted my brother, Phil, who has been he's in hospital right now. They tried to kill him about a month ago in a car crash. We urgently need help. They're about to kill us. So we really need some assistance here, like from the police and mental health, hospital staff and ambulance are allowed to come in and counter-attack in any way you want. We've got a purple feather. That means that means they've tried to kill us. That means we're allowed to kill them. And we are the head of the hospitals. So any hospital worker is allowed to attempt murder, and you will not go to prison, because those enemy have tried to kill us so many times and have succeeded a number of times. And in these attacks, they're actually attacking all the royals. So they now need the people that are appointed by the royals, that's the hospital staff, especially ambulance and the mental health workers, to get these people involved in this attack, the suitcase murderers, and remove them away from anybody in the royal family, like myself. They must be kept away. They're going to opportunitize on this and try and attempt to murder. Judd Charlton and the suitcase murderers and the psychiatrists and these Category A prisoners here, they're actually sent in by a South American group. They head Judd Charlton, the suitcase murderers. If you look at my other videos on the suitcase murderers, I detail everything there. I advise you greatly to look at these videos and see that these attacks are coming from 18 Southcote Road. They also need to be sectioned while pending a trial for, to their court case for murder, actually serial murder and child killing, and they've been killing babies too. Actually, this is a group, they're working with the upper classes, and these upper classes have been killing babies since the 16th, 18th century. I mean, if I'm a criminologist, a psychologist, and with my research discovered that they've been killing babies, well, since the 16th, 18th century, they are doctors that are killing babies. They're actually homosexuals doing that. They're killing babies, raping them, and then drinking their blood. So Dr. Desai at the Blackpool Harbour, he's been targeting everyone I know, and he's working with a woman called Stacey Patterson from Blackpool, and then they're targeting everyone I know in Blackpool, so people in near my council estate, and also a guy I know in South Shore, and targeted by Stacey Patterson, who's from Blackpool, and also her mate, a guy called Michael P. George, and his partner Christine. She's got a dog called Nola. They're from Blackpool. I've got a photo of them for the police to look at. They're also working with the people on this ward. The people on this ward are connected by microphone, their bugging system, and then they've targeted everyone I know in Blackpool. And the people on this ward who are targeting the people in Blackpool are a guy called Sam, who's a punk. Actually, the punks group are the upper classes, actually. And the punk, Sam, he's targeted this guy I know in South Shore, also everyone I know in North Shore. For instance, the staff of the Iceland shop, the female staff, and also the staff of the shops up in the Blackpool area, and also people on my estate. And now there's 4 Category A prisoners on my ward right now, the Dover ward. They've targeted people in South Shore, and everyone I know in the Blackpool area, and they're working with a woman called Stacey Patterson and a girl called Christine and a guy called Michael P. George. They can be all recalled to prison because they're making threats actually to the members of the Royals, and that's an acute situation. They need to be found by the police and recalled back to prison immediately for making these threats. So there's a guy here on this ward, Dover ward, called Sam, who's working on a microphone with Stacey Patterson, and an interconnected group, and they are following me around, and then they're making threats to people I know. So I now need police to find Stacey Patterson, recall her back to prison for making these threats, also for the mental health, to remove Sam from this ward, and his friends, 3 friends here. One of them's got no teeth, just like Dr. Zai also has no teeth. It's code. It means they're going to attack using teeth, strangely. But there you go. So he's working with the Dark Indian on this ward, Mono, and he's targeting a guy on South Shore. Mono, the Dark Indian on this ward, is targeting people in North Shore, Blackpool, and in South Shore, Blackpool, people that I know. And then I also want Mono to be removed from this hospital and dismissed, because I'm the head of the hospital. He's not allowed to attack me, and if he does, he must know he's going to get sacked. I'm the almighty head, and basically you're not allowed to insult me, make threats, and if you do, trust me, you'll definitely lose your job, and also you're going to prison, because that threat is ridiculous. And also we know that Stacey Patterson and this Category A group, they're also led and paid for by the heads of the EU, and that the EU are created and founded by 15 gay paedophiles. They're extremely dangerous, they're predatorial, and they're a no girls allowed group. And if you're a heterosexual, they want to kill you. All right, so we now need mental health staff to subdue Mono, who's making these threats. He's not allowed to do that. He's going to be dismissed immediately by the head doctor. So this guy Sam, I don't even know him. He's just arrived on this ward and he's making threats to everyone I know. How does he know these people? Because he's been sent by Dr. Desai upper class group that are stalking me with using a spy camera. And it's an extensive stalking situation. And now we have several mental health people ready to lock him down for anything he does. He's not allowed to go near me. And if he does, they're going to prison, Dr. Desai and his Category A prisoners here. They're also wanted for stalking me. And if they attack anyone, trust me, they're going to prison. And we know who they are. There's 4 of them on this ward, Dover ward. And Sam's one of them and his 3 mates. They're wanted for threatening serious threats, and for that they will get a minimum of 7 years in prison. Also, we know they're the far right, so the punk groups are the far right. And now with recent new laws that have been created recently, that the far right are getting 7 years in prison. So once reported to the police that they're the far right, the police will now it's mandatory for the police to come in and arrest these people that are keyed in as the far right, and then they will be arrested and then put in prison. Christine and her partner Michael P. George of Central Blackpool, got a photo of them. They've targeted people in South Shore and North Shore. Someone I know in South Shore, a young guy, and then also everyone I know in North Shore. I've lived here over 10 years. I know a few people. Also, all the shop staff as well have been targeted, and the staff of the library as well. And then all the there's a karaoke bar that I go to sometimes. They've targeted them as well, and also the transsexuals in Blackpool as well. Who else? And then also the staff of the food shop on Abington Road. They are sitting outside that food shop. Actually, Stacey Patterson and her crew are sitting outside that shop, actually targeting the women in the Abington Road food shop, targeted by Michael P. George, Christine with a dog called Nola from Blackpool, and they're targeting someone I know in South Shore. Targeting them are Michael P. George and also a woman called Paula who lives on the Spencer Court estate rather, in Blackpool, Talbot Road. A woman called Paula, she's working with Stacey Patterson, and then a guy at number 38, they're working with Stacey Patterson too. They've targeted people in Blackpool. I now need police to arrest them, recall them back to prison. They're a threat to the public. They're attacking the royals. That's not allowed. That cannot be allowed and must be stopped. They're also the far right. Under new rules, under new laws, the far right are getting a minimum of 7 years now because they're a serial killing sect. Prison communities, they're heroin and crack junkies. They've got no morale, and we need to remove them immediately. They're very bad for the country. And at the far right are also all the chicken shops in Blackpool. Yes, they are. The far right are the chicken shops in Blackpool. There they are. They literally run the far right group. They're mostly dark Indians and African men. So Stacey Patterson and Paula and Christine and Michael P. George, they're also working with a dark Indian living at number 26 Braithwaite Road. Again, he's attacking the royals and he's targeting people I know in Blackpool, right near where he lives. And I need emergency mental health staff and police to go to him to ask him for 5 pieces of evidence why he's moved to Blackpool all of a sudden. We know why he's moved there, but he now needs to prove it. He's come here to attack the royals. I now need mental health and police to immediately imprison him. He's the far right. He'll get 7 years. He's 26 Braithwaite Road, off Talbot Road, Blackpool. So to the people that are not the police or mental health, you can still close this group down, who are anti-England, by the way, very anti-England. So they're the far right. So people who live in Blackpool can tidy this all up. As I say, the people who are the far right attacking us, they live at 26 Braithwaite Road. They are all the chicken shops in Blackpool. They've targeted everyone innocent in Blackpool. They're making loads of threats. How dare they? Kick them out of the country. And if they hurt anyone, do exactly likewise to them. We know that chicken shops also killed Alison, Ryan and Charlene Downs. So Paula is one of them, and she's in the group that killed Charlene Downs. And then also 38 Spencer Court, he's one of them. And then Paula's two next door neighbours to the right of her house. We'll get her address a little bit later. She lives very near number 38 Spencer Court. People know who she is, and that she's in the terroristic group that's very anti-England. So the people that are attacking people are living at 26 Braithwaite Road. Anyone can tackle this guy. He is not wanted here. He's here for very militant reasons, and he needs to be removed immediately. For the mental health staff and police, actually, Stacey Patterson is working with these Category A prisoners that are on my ward. And they're also in Blackpool, a guy called Rayner, and also Daz, Derek, Holmesy, Charlotte, and several others. A guy called Mikey. They're all heroin addicts. And then they're the far right. Actually, the far right is a ratio. That's one white guy to every 50 Africans. And then that white guy is a homosexual, and his boyfriend are all those Africans, and together they are the far right, and it includes all the dark Indians, the chicken shops and your corner shops. They're also the far right, making all these threats. So to close down the far right, you must do likewise to them. So anyone who's counter-attacking the far right, the death of Charlene Downs, those people will not go to prison in our Operation Recovery. If you ever get arrested, you just tell them you're part of Max's Operation Recovery. We're above the police, we're in the British Army. Anyone who's attacking us, we're allowed to counter-attack and not go to prison. And nor can we be arrested because we're assisting the royals who are under attack by the far right. So as explained earlier, my dad is King John, and he's Saint John and Saint of the Saint John's Ambulance Services, head of the ambulance, actually head of the whole hospital, and I'm his eldest son, and as you can see, I'm the next head doctor. Actually, I'm a head psychiatrist too, and I'm a trained psychologist. I write essays on applied psychology. I'm a dietitian, and I studied biology for about 20 years, and I love biology. Now, I'm a head psychiatrist. Now, I want to section look at their medications, and I'm prescribing these people that are attacking us, as explained. I'm going to put them on a depot of about 450 mils of Dipixel injected once fortnightly. So the people to be injected are Sam, who's a punk. He's on the Dover ward. He's to go on a depot. And then also the guy, the tall guy with a hat. He's a young guy, about 19. He's to go on a depot too. And then his friend, who's a Category A prisoner, has just come off a prison wing and is now on this ward, Dover ward, in the Barrow-in-Furness Hospital. He's to go on a depot too. We're looking at about 450 mils of Dipixel to be injected, because they're a threat to other people, and they'll be a threat for as long as they're unmedicated. So we need to now medicate them. Also, the other people like Mono, they need to be arrested by the police and removed from the ward. So, and then the woman called Kirsty, also she needs to be depoted, the same amount as well. Also to be sectioned is Christine and Michael P. George from Blackpool. I want them also sectioned and recalled back to prison, also to be on a depot of about 450 mils of Dipixel injected fortnightly, and is prescribed by the head doctor, head psychiatrist,